from the darn barn. I'm Jason with Hardy Life Outdoors, and it's another great day in Southeast Ohio. The day started early for me. I started off up in at home, which is up near Columbus, Ohio, and made the drive down. So I got up about 4:30 this morning. Needed to get here early because I've got some habitat work being done. For those of you who are familiar with the projects that I've got going down here, one of my big projects is called the Habitat Oasis Project. And if you're not familiar with it, it's basically 80 acres that was strip mined back in the 70s that I'm working on reclaiming to native habitat. It is covered in invasives right now, with autumn olive being one of the primary ones. So I have an EQIP contract, and I know some of you are familiar with EQIP, others are not. It's basically a program from the USDA that provides funding, a share of funding, it doesn't fully cover, funding to remove invasives and there's all kinds of programs, but the one I'm using right now is specific to invasives. I've had the contract in place for a few years. I've done a lot of autumn olive removal to date myself, but it's slow work with the tractor and the bucket knocking it out of the ground. This contract has been open for a while. My contact at the USDA has been asking if I'm making progress, and sadly I've been so busy that I haven't. So I finally decided I'm going to break down and hire someone to do it. So I drove down here early and met a guy from Parsons Land Clearing here in Southeast Ohio, and I guess he started off really on the right foot with me, because they said he'd be here about 8 o'clock, and at 7:45 he was sitting here in the driveway. He had his equipment unloaded in minutes. He was ready to go. I thought I was going to have to go back and walk him around the property, show him a bunch of stuff. I got him through the gate, showed him, gave him general directions of what I needed done, and he took off. So big thumbs up to him for early arrival. You know, nice to have a contractor shows up when he's supposed to, and just getting right at it. So pleased with the start of the project. He did some work on the neighbors before, so he comes with a good reference. I'm going to get back there. I want to take some drone footage, show you what this place looks like overhead. It's going to look dramatically different hours from now when he is done. I'm also going to do some photos. I need to go mark my property lines. I told him, if you stay out of the pines and you stay within this area that's been mowed, you'll be good, but don't want to accidentally get onto the neighbor and have a problem there. So I'm going to mark some areas for him. But it's 8 acres, I think. I don't know if I mentioned that. It's not overly thick, but we'll see how it goes. I'm pretty excited. He's got a skid steer with a Fecon head on it that just chews everything up. I talked to him and said, talked to the owner and told him I may follow him around a little bit with some glyphosate and kill the stumps. He said, don't worry about it, because we're going to grind it to the ground, and as long as you hit it with the brush hog, at least annually, you will keep it controlled and finally kill it off. So very excited. Other thing I plan on doing today while he's working, I'm going to try to get a little bit of stuff done around the cabin here. I got the cable company coming. For some reason my cable's out, so that's always a bummer, because we sit down in a little bit of a valley and I don't get cell service down here, and only way to be in touch with the outside world is through that internet connection. So I'm going to do that. I've got a driveway full of weeds that I thought about just mowing it and spraying it, but some of it, it's about 3 feet around. The way it's spread out, when you find the base of it, it's only about that big, and it pulls out of the gravel pretty quick. So I'm going to pull some big stuff, but we're going to try to get this driveway cleaned up. It looks like nobody cares about it. Once it's cleaned up, we'll look at getting gravel in here sometime in the next few weeks and months. Other things, I've mentioned I've been shopping for green. I continue down that path, and I think I figured out what I'm doing. Keep an eye out. The green, pretty sure green is coming soon. So anyway, I'm going to get started on some stuff, and I want to get back here and get some good footage. So we'll go check him out and show you how that Fecon takes care of autumn olive. So we'll go check him out. installed this culvert and small head wall. I think it's got about a 36-inch culvert. We used to have to drive down through this creek, and it just made access to the back 80 a real challenge. We put it in almost 2 years ago, and it has done a really nice job. It's held up well, it's done well. The road itself is in real good shape right now. It had gotten a little rutted up and muddy right in this area, water coming down the hill. Josh came in, box bladed it, and it's in real good shape now. So I like this ride in. It's just a pretty view as you come in through the trees. It's been about 2 hours that he's been working, and I'm actually surprised at what he's got done. I thought it would go much faster, but it takes some time. I just figured that machine went in there and just ate it up and made it quick work of it, but it's a job. I'll get some pictures and video down there of it. I'm going to send Brutus up, see if I can get some aerial footage, and try to get some before and after stuff. So let me try to get this thing up in the air and see what it looks like. So it's hard to get a sense for how much was done today just standing here where I'm at, but it's very cool to see it. I look at this area and I think of the potential of what I can do. I mean, right now it looks great. It looks like dirt. It looks like you could plant it, but the reality is the weeds are going to grow back. The grasses are going to grow back. You know, a lot of the stuff that I still don't want, other invasives, are going to come back. What I may do is put down some winter wheat on this over the winter, and we'll see what comes up in the spring, but I think it needs a good treatment in the spring to kill back some of the invasives and stuff that we don't want. But very happy. He's got some work to do down over the hill. He's at the kind of close to the edge of the trees, so I don't know if there's any issues with the steepness down there and how much he can do, but he's really done a good job. So I'm gonna go ahead and spin the camera around and show you what everything looks like just in this small area. I mean, this stuff was just thick as can be with autumn olive. You couldn't walk through it. We had a couple trails through it for the side-by-side, but even those, when I tried to walk back through those, we hadn't maintained them very well. They were a mess. These brushy areas are areas where I cleared autumn olive in the past, and there's some pretty good size trunks in there. So he's going to hit all that with the pecan as well, and that'll really clear up this hill. So you can see I asked him to be careful around some of our natives. So we've got some dogwoods in here. Didn't look real close. Some wild cherry I see, but looking pretty good. What you can't see is on the other side, out this way, there's a whole area that I hit with the brush hog as well. So it looks good. Again, you can't get a lot of context here. The drone footage though is awesome. When you look at how much we did today, you can see those spots we still need to hit, but we really made some progress today. Very pleased with it. We still have, off to the right here, we've got some distance that we still need to go back into the woods over to the property line. But all in all, very happy with how this looks. So thanks for joining us. I hope you found that interesting. I certainly, the Fecon definitely worth the investment to have some of that work done and knock out some stuff quick. So thanks for joining. If you enjoyed this, please hit like, share it with your friends, and subscribe. And remember, outdoors is always in season. Thanks. Have a good one.